AEM 21-8032DS cold air intake system is guaranteed to add horsepower and torque on the 2014 and 2015 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 and GMC Sierra 1500 with the 5.3 or 6.2-liter V8 engine. It features a custom rotomolded air intake tube, an enclosed air box, and comes with an oversized dry-flow AEM performance air filter that is washable and reusable. Visit AEMintakes.com for a complete list of models this air intake fits. With the 21-8032DS cold air intake installed on a 2014 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 with a 5.3-liter V8 engine, AEM dyno testing showed an estimated power gain of 10 horsepower at 4,700 RPM and 11 foot-pounds of torque at 4,400 RPM. Actual results will vary depending on the condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. This AEM intake system will add style, sound, and performance to your car. This intake comes with all components needed for an easy installation, along with detailed installation instructions. The tools needed are shown. Start by turning off the ignition and disconnecting the negative battery cable. Remove both crankcase vent hoses by squeezing the white clip at the valve cover breather port. Pull up on the red locking clip, then depress the black tab while removing the mass air sensor connector. Loosen the hose clamps on the air box and the throttle body. Then pull the resonator box out of the vehicle. Gently pull up on the air box to disengage it from the rubber grommets and remove it from the engine compartment. Loosen and remove the 4 M6 bolts. Then remove the airbox plate from the vehicle. Remove the 2 M4 Torx bolts and slide the mass air sensor out of the tube. Install the provided O-ring into the mass air sensor adapter and install the intake tube with the provided M4 Allen bolts. Install the mass air sensor into the mass air sensor adapter with the provided M4 Allens. Install the 2 vent hose fittings into the intake tube by hand tightening, then adding a quarter turn with a wrench. Slide the 2 provided vent hoses and 4 clamps onto the vent fittings and tighten the clamps onto the attached end. Install the edge trim onto the AEM airbox, trimming the excess if necessary. Install the throttle body coupler with the provided hose clamps. Install the 3 provided bushings and mount them into the inner right side fender. Insert the AEM airbox over the previously installed bushing mounts. Use the provided M6 bolts and washers to secure the airbox to the bushing mounts. Drill a 1/4 inch diameter hole into the plastic cap of the AEM air filter and clean out all the plastic shavings from the inside of the filter. Install the grommet into the drilled hole and then install the 5/32 inch plastic elbow port into the grommet. Install the 5/32 inch air hose onto the elbow port. Install the air filter insert into the AEM air filter and place the filter in the AEM airbox. Install the assembled AEM tube into the AEM airbox first. Then insert it into the throttle body coupler. Then slide the 2 vent fitting hoses over the valve cover breather ports and tighten those hose clamps. Slide the filter onto the tube and tighten the hose clamp. Tighten both of the intake tubes to the throttle body coupler hose clamps. Install the provided grommet into the AEM airbox lid. Then insert the filter minder gauge into the grommet. Install the 5/32 inch hose from the air filter to the filter minder gauge. Install the AEM lid onto the airbox and tighten the 4 provided M6 bolts. Reconnect the mass air sensor. Lastly, reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle. Check periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the installation instructions or proper maintenance may void your warranty. AEM manufactures performance air intakes, dry flow air filters, and other performance products that are engineered to outperform. Visit AEMintakes.com to learn more or to search for products by vehicle, dimension, cross-reference, or even vehicle identification number.